Hello everyone, welcome to the U.S. Immigration News. In 2025, with Donald Trump back in the White House, America's immigration system is once again under the microscope. One month you hear whispers of faster approvals, the next you're told the line has slowed to a crawl. So what's really happening behind those sealed USCIS doors, and how will your case be affected? Today, we will review the updates for the processing timelines from April to May 2025. Including major policy changes that you should be aware of. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly where your petition stands, the milestones you should be tracking, and the smart moves that can keep your family's journey moving forward, despite the noise coming out of Washington. If you are liking this video, please hit the bell button, subscribe, and like it so that you may get updates straight to your smartphone. Now let's get into the video. First, let's talk about how the family-based green card process works. There are two main stages to the wait. The first is the visa bulletin wait. This is basically the line you join, based on your relationship to your sponsor and your country of origin. The second is the USCIS processing time. This is how long it takes for your application to be reviewed and approved once you're eligible to file. If you're an immediate relative of a U.S. citizen, you get to skip that first wait entirely. But for everyone else, both stages apply. Let's start with some good news. If you're the spouse, an unmarried child under 21, or the parent of a U.S. citizen, you're considered an immediate relative. That means you don't have to wait for a visa number to become available. You can file your application as soon as you're eligible. Here's what the current processing times look like in 2025. For spouses inside the U.S., the adjustment of status process takes about 9 months. If you're outside the U.S. and using consular processing, expect about 14 months. For parents and unmarried children under 21, the timeline is similar, around 14 months. These are averages, so your case might move a little faster or slower depending on your local USCIS office or consulate. Now, for everyone else, the wait is longer. Family preference categories include unmarried adult children of U.S. citizens, spouses and unmarried children under 21 of green card holders, unmarried adult children of green card holders, married children of U.S. citizens, and siblings of U.S. citizens. Each of these categories has its own line in the visa bulletin, and the wait can stretch for years, especially for applicants from countries with high demand, like India, Mexico, and the Philippines. Let's look at what's changed in the May 2025 Visa Bulletin. The biggest news is that the F2A category, spouses and young children of green card holders, moved forward by more than 3 months. That means if your priority date is before February 1st, 2025, you can now file your green card application. This is a big improvement and could help thousands of families reunite sooner. For the F4 category, which is siblings of U.S. citizens, there's been a 2-month advancement for most countries, except India and Mexico. But for F1, F2B, and F3, there's been no movement. The wait remains long, and the backlogs are still significant. The new bulletin offers a welcome surprise. The F2A category leaps ahead by just over 3 months. Any spouse or minor child of a green card holder with a priority date earlier than February 1st, 2025, can now file the green card application. Siblings of U.S. citizens see a modest 2-month advance for most regions, while F1, F2B, and F3 remain frozen at last month's cutoff dates. For context, the queue now stands at September 1st, 2017 for F1, January 1st, 2017 for F2B, July 22, 2012 for F3, and April 2008 for most F4 cases, June 2008 for countries other than India and Mexico. That means many families will still measure their overall journey in years, not months, before they can even submit a complete package. Once your priority date is current and you're allowed to file, you'll face the USCIS processing time. Here's what we're seeing so far in 2025. For the I-130 petition, if your sponsor is a U.S. citizen, the wait averages about 14 months. If your sponsor is a green card holder, the I-130 can take up to 35 months. For the I-485 adjustment of status, the typical wait is about 9 months. Remember, these are median times. Some cases are faster, some take longer, especially if there are requests for more evidence or other complications. Let's walk through the family-based green card process. First, your sponsor files Form I-130 for you. Second, for preference categories, you wait until your priority date is current. Third, once eligible, you file Form I-485 if you're in the U.S., or you start consular processing if you're abroad. Fourth, USCIS reviews your application, schedules biometrics and interviews, then makes a decision. If you're an immediate relative, you can often file the I-130 and I-485 together, which can save you time. A few important updates for 2025. Since December 2024, all adjustment of status applicants must submit their medical exam at the same time as their I-485. This helps reduce delays from requests for evidence. Receipt notices are now being issued within 3 business days of filing, making it easier to track your case. And, as of January 2025, USCIS officers are no longer issuing requests for evidence for certain missing documents in family preference cases. This means it's more important than ever to submit a complete application the first time. Let's put this into perspective with a few examples. If you're the spouse of a U.S. citizen living in the U.S., you can file both your I-130 and I-485 together. Your total wait is about 9 to 10 months. If you're in the F2A category, as the spouse of a green card holder, your priority date needs to be before February 1st, 2025. After that, expect about 3 to 4 years from start to finish, but the recent advancement is a hopeful sign. For siblings of U.S. citizens, most countries are processing cases from April 2008. After your date becomes current, expect about 9 months for the final processing. Here are a few tips to help you navigate the process. Check the visa bulletin every month. Your priority date must be current before you can move forward. Track your USCIS case online to stay updated. Double-check your paperwork. With fewer requests for evidence, submitting a complete application is more important than ever. Consider professional help. Immigration law is complex, and timelines can change. An experienced attorney or reputable service can help you avoid costly mistakes. Family-based green card processing in 2025 is still a waiting game for many, but there are signs of progress. Immediate relatives continue to have the fastest path, and the F2A category's recent advancement is a bright spot. For other categories, patience is still required, but being informed and prepared can make all the difference. That's all we have for this bulletin. The U.S. Immigration News Channel provides all necessary visa information and procedures for your U.S. immigration journey. It is important to understand the United States immigration processing steps, visa application requirements, processing times, forms, fees, and more. We will continue to provide all information about U.S. visitor visas, such as B1 and B2, work visas such as L1A, L1B, and H1B, student visas, green cards, immigrant visas, EB1, EB2, EB3, EB4, and EB5, and family immigrant visas. Thank you for visiting us today, and we'll see you in the next video. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to the channel for more U.S. immigration update videos.